Hi everybody, this is Oleg. Welcome to Oregon Preparedness. This is video response to New York Preppers video that he put out yesterday. What would you do if the Third World War would happen? And so I put out a video about a month ago on the same topic. And quite honestly, this thought of World War III doesn't really leave my mind. I think it's bound to happen. I listen to lots of things on the subject. I read and hear different prophecies, and once again, many prophecies are false. So I'm not trying to convince you to listen to them, but some of them have some truth to them. So from everything I know, World War III is going to happen. I agree with New York Prepper on pretty much all points. He mentions that World War III could be conventional war, could be nuclear, and I'm leaning towards more nuclear. There's just too many nuclear weapons out in the world, and I think, and this is again purely my opinion, based on knowledge what I have, I think it will involve nuclear weapons. I think World War III is bound to happen, and most people are not and won't be ready for it. Most people are too busy with their everyday life, everyday chores. Only a handful of people have their shelters, their fallout shelters. And as I mentioned in my previous video, you should try to avoid living in a big city, or at least if you do have to live in that city, try to live on the outskirts of that city. Better yet, in a small town next to it. Because if they're gonna strike, not if, when they're gonna strike, whoever that might be, Chinese or Russians, or North Koreans for that matter, they're not just gonna throw nukes anywhere. They're gonna have certain targets. Those targets gonna be downtowns of major cities, main factories like, let's say, Boeing in Seattle, airports, seaports, and stuff of that nature. So in my opinion, as New York Prepper mentioned, where bomb gets dropped, everything gets obliterated in 1 to 5 mile radius depending on the bomb. So I would try to live away from downtowns, any ports, seaports, airports, definitely away from nuclear power plants, because if there is a nuclear power plant near the city that is targeted, you can bet your bottom dollar they're going to drop nuke on that power plant to have much bigger effect. We all know what happened in Chernobyl 30 plus years ago. Nuclear bomb is bad, but nuclear power plant, if it melts down or if you throw a bomb on one, it's just so much worse. There just seems like no end to it. So once again, if you're taking this subject seriously, you should consider get away from these locations, because when nuclear war strikes, and I believe it will at some point, you won't have days, you won't even have hours, you will have minutes to throw everything you have, most important things that you can think of, in your car and go in the opposite direction. This is why I always think about bugging out. We could be bugging out from other things. We could be bugging out from natural disasters. Like right now, people have in Oregon with all the fires. We could be bugging out from maybe even from virus if it gets any worse, who knows. But I think most probable thing we would be bugging out from is a nuclear war. And I'm sure most people are not ready for it. And nuclear war, and everybody's also talking about EMPs. Nowadays, there's a lot of videos on YouTube regarding EMPs. In my opinion, it'll be like a combo meal deal at McDonald's. You know, you get your burger, you get your fries and drink. I think same thing will happen with nuclear war slash conventional war slash EMP attack. If you're gonna go with a war, some major country against another major power, you're not just gonna hit somebody with one finger. You're gonna wanna hit them with your fist or two fists. So therefore, in my opinion, when it will happen, all of the three and then some is gonna happen. And this is when truly everybody will be bugging out. And you can survive a nuclear attack. I mean, if there would be all-out nuclear war, of course, no one will survive. But I don't think it will be all-out nuclear war. Because once again, powers that be, they're rich, they have their bunkers and supplies and everything, but they still breathe the same air we breathe. They still want to enjoy sunlight, they still want to enjoy themselves on their tropical private islands. And if whole world is all radiated, they'll be screwed just as well. So I doubt that there will be all-out nuclear war, but when Third World War happens, there will be definitely nuclear exchange. How limited or unlimited, no one knows. So if you're far enough, if you are, ideally 15 to 20 miles away from the explosion, you should have all your most important things that you have ready in your closet or in your garage at all times. Most important things that you would take in a minute's notice, not days, not hours, minutes, because immediate fallout, depending which direction the wind is blowing, will be, even if you're 20 miles away, it'll be there in a matter of probably, I don't know, few minutes. I imagine anywhere from 5 to 15, 20 minutes. So what you want to do is just get away. The farther the better. So you gotta, figure out which vehicle is going to be your bug out vehicle, like emergency bug out vehicle, not the vehicle that you're gonna hook your trailer to, put your camper, hook it up to your truck or in the bed of your truck. All that takes hours. You have minutes. So figure out which vehicle you're gonna use as like emergency immediate bug out. Figure out what you can fit in there, you, yourself, your family, and whatever you can fit in the trunk, in some roof rack, or if you have like tiny trailer already filled with your supplies, just if it takes a few minutes just to hook it up to your truck, that have your stuff that you have as much as you could possibly fit in your car. Water, food, means of warming up your food or cooking your food, some cookware, everything just minimal. Warm clothes. If you can just sleep in your car, great. Maybe you have minivan or one of those full-size vans. If not, a tent. You gotta sleep somewhere. Medicine, something to defend yourself with, any kind of gun, rifle, etc. So just whatever you think is most important thing for your own survival, to protect yourself and your family and to survive. And whatever you can fit in your car, not more. But all that must be ready by the closet, by your entry exit door in your apartment or house, or in the garage. Also by the exit, somewhere near where you can throw that stuff in your car in a matter of 5 to 10 minutes. Just pack it and go. your car never less than half of tank of the gas. If it's less, you probably will be screwed. Include with your preps at least 5-gallon jug with gasoline, and you can make the gasoline last longer with special gas stabilizer. They sell them in Home Depot and other places, and it will make your gas last up to 2 years. They claim 1 year. I tested over 2 years. I had a gas with that stabilizer in it. I put it in my car and it was working just fine. So anyway, take this seriously, because this stuff is coming. Just like coronavirus, 8-9 months ago, nobody thought about it. Life was going normal. As always, everybody were going to work, everybody were paying their bills, having fun, making plans for the future. And as we can see, life can change dramatically. The whole world changed. The fact that it's all blown out of proportion, that's another thing. But fact is, it changed. It changed our way of life. It's like when you start thinking about the future, it's like there is no future, However, as long as we live on this earth, we gotta eat. We gotta take care of ourselves. Hygiene. So make sure you have soap and shampoo and just basics like that. Anyway, I'm gonna conclude this video. Watch my video, which I put out about a month ago. It's called World War III is on its way. There's some more information regarding this topic. Please like and share this video, and subscribe if you haven't. And by the way, Full Spectrum Survival is a great channel. I agree. I've been watching that guy for past year and a half, or probably more. Okay, everybody, have a good day. Take care, and God bless. We'll see you in the next upload.